Okay. We've talked about sum and difference just a little bit. We're going to talk about, so you have a clearer understanding, talk about what sum and difference mean outside of the math world. So, for instance, if we're talking difference, I could have an opinion. And my opinion, Andrew, might be that vanilla ice cream is the best. But you might disagree with me. And you might say, no, it's chocolate. So there is a difference of opinion. You think one thing, I think the other. Okay? So we are comparing. And that's what you're doing with math, with numbers. You're comparing the numbers. You're looking at the different. What is different between the two of them. All right, so if I don't agree with something that you believe in, what is that called? A difference of opinion, if you want to be, complete with that. But a difference is the word that we're focusing on. We were also talking earlier this morning, we were talking comparing eagles and eaglets, and we were talking about differences. The differences between an eagle and an eaglet. One, that an eagle has strong wings. The baby does not have the strong wings. Okay? They have to wait and grow, and I believe it takes like about 5 months. Okay, so there's differences. Well, in math, the difference, we could talk about difference. Adrian, why don't you go ahead and stand up here? The difference between me and Adrian, well, let's see. Okay, I'm just going to start. I'm taller than she is, right? We both have blonde hair. We both have brown eyes. So those things are the same. But if we talk about our differences, I'm taller. I'm 63 inches. Okay? 63. I'm not sure how tall Adrian is, but we can find out. So stand straight. And we will, and then Gabriel, come here. Okay, so 53 inches. Never mind. Okay, so she's 53 inches. Okay? Go ahead and have a seat. And have a seat.
10 inches difference.
10 inches is the difference, okay? So 10 inches, this is a little mark if we want to just, instead of writing the word inches out. So 10 inches is the difference. Okay, opinions we can't really measure, but when it comes to math and we're comparing things, we definitely can measure. All right, so on the other hand, if we have the word sum, let's say, for me, I've had a lot of experiences with dogs, and let's say I was bit one time by a dog. That may not be a big deal to me. But what if I was, say, bitten 3 times within a year of a dog? Okay? If I was bitten 3 times within a very short amount of time, I might conclude or come to the result, or I might sum up that dogs are mean, or that I'm afraid of dogs. All right? So that might be my sum or the result of my experiences. Okay, on the other hand, maybe I like children. Get out from under the table. Maybe I like learning and I like teaching. So the result of me feeling that way about all those things, liking kids, liking to teach, and then also liking to learn, because teachers have to learn all the time. Okay, as a result of that, I decided to be a teacher. Okay, so the sum is a result. So when we're talking adding, then the result of, say, 4 plus 5 is actually 9. So the other word for result is? Sum. Okay. And so we can transfer these words to the math world, okay? And what we are going to do is go ahead and talk about some of these things. All right, so the sum, go ahead and read it with me. The end result or outcome when you combine items or things, or add-ins, which are numbers. Okay, so the parentheses mean, okay, if I'm saying items and you don't know what items are, Ayani, go back to your desk, please. Aziria, go back to your desk, thank you. So items then means things, and add-ins are numbers. As you may recall, 4 and 5 are your add-ins, so those are your numbers to get to your sum 9. Okay, those are 2 of your add-ins to get there. Okay, so again, let's go ahead and read it again. Sum, the end result or outcome when you combine items, things, or add-ins, numbers. Okay? Now, let's see. We're going to do, in Spanish, el resultado final o resultado cuando combina elementos, cosas o sumandos, números. ¿Sí? ¿Sí? Muy bien? Okay. All right. Now, in Armenian, where's my friend Armin? Right. In Armenian, I'm not about to say it, but listen up. You have to be extremely quiet. Oh, listen.
I don't speak like that.
Does that make sense? It sounds robotic, doesn't it?
Yeah, I don't speak like evil.
Can you read this?
No.
No. It's big words, right?
Okay.
Okay.
I can't see.
It's just, I love how Elias is just sitting there and he's paying attention along with Gabriel and Adrian. And Raul, thank you. Very nice. Okay. So, that is Armenian. Now, if we were talking about the differences, in English, we would say the characteristics or things that are not the same when two numbers or things are compared. Because we can compare numbers and things, right? We compared me and Adrian. We're not things, we're people, and we're not numbers, but we did also compare our height. So we compared both, right? So go ahead and read this again. Difference.
The
Characteristics, things that are not the same when two numbers or things are compared. All right? So in Espanol,
En español.
diferencia, las características, cosas que no son las mismas cuando se comparan dos números o cosas. Very good. All right. Comprende?
How do you say first in Spanish? It's so good in Spanish. Do you speak it?
Thank you. All right. So those are our definitions. So we can compare things, and we can compare numbers, and we can get a difference. We can have experiences and get a result or a sum. Or we can have numbers, and we can put them together and get a result or a sum. Okay? So what you're going to do is, when I dismiss you, not now, you're going to go back to your tables, and I'm going to give each table a card. one will say difference and the other one will say sum. So difference, what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and you will have markers and erasers at your tables. On your difference card, if you might have 3 answers, you might have 1 answer. So you're going to draw a line, Aaliyah, from difference to whichever ones match. So for instance, if I say difference, the answer to an addition problem, you may or may not draw a line there. So you have to think about it, and you're working in your table groups, and you're huddling, okay? You all will have different cards. Each table group has a different card, okay? That way I know you guys are all working together and not listening in on another table. I know sometimes it's an accident you hear and you go, oh, that's the answer, ding, ding. So that's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. So you could draw 1 line, or you could draw how many lines?
1.
She says 2. Well, if they all match, so this is the word, these are the possible definitions, but they might not be right. So, in other words, is difference the answer to an addition problem? Thumbs up if you think it is. Thumbs down if you think it's not. Okay, very good. So I draw a line to that?
No.
No, not at all. What about when you have an opinion that is not like your friend's opinion? Is that a difference? Thumbs up or thumbs down? Okay, we have some mix. If I feel something differently than you do, is that a difference of opinion, Logan?
Yeah.
It is. So I would draw a line there, yes?
Yeah.
And then the answer to a subtraction problem. Is the difference an answer to a subtraction problem? Thumbs up or thumbs down? Show me. Okay, it is. The difference is the answer. For instance, if I have, let me just give you an example. If I say, what is the difference between 9 and 4? You would say
5.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so 5 is the difference. It is the answer to the subtraction problem, okay? So difference can be a difference of opinion when you don't see things eye to eye, or it can be the answer to a subtraction problem, okay? So what they're asking you is what's different between 9 and 4? Well, the difference is 5, okay? So what's different between, what is the number, that stands between those two, okay? All right, so that's an example of difference. An example of sum. Okay? Oh, this is the answer to an addition problem. So would I draw a line to this? Thumbs? I don't see a lot of thumbs. I see some people just kind of messing around. Okay, let's think about it. The answer to an addition problem, is this a sum?
Yes.
Is that an answer to an addition problem?
Yes.
So you should draw a line from here to here. Okay? Now, the next definition says the answer to a subtraction problem. Okay? And 3, 2, 1, show. It can't be both, right? It can't be both, so you would not draw a line here. Okay? All right. How about this one? When you have something and your friend does not, is that sum? Okay, there is. I'm glad I actually got this card because now I can say, well, what the definition I just gave is sum. If I have something and you do not, sum. Okay, so this does not apply to that. Okay? This means like I have some more, or I have
I
have a few. That is not this kind of sum. Remember, sum is
something for math. S-U-M.
Sum is the result or the conclusion. So the result or conclusion, then when we add, is the sum.
His tooth fell off. This is gross.
Okay, you're gonna have to wait a minute, and I'm gonna get you a
Slip.
slip for the office. Okay.
Hold it tight.
Okay.
I know, but my tooth.
There's no talking. Okay. All right. So, are there any questions? Let me reiterate what we're going to do. I'm going to send you back to your tables, except for my table leaders. You will stay here. And I'm going to give you a sum card, Carlos. And I'm going to give you a difference card. And you're going to take it back. You're going to work in groups. You're going to draw lines to the correct answer or answers. Can you have only one answer on a card?
No. Yes.
Yes.
You got two.
Can you have two answers?
Yes.
Can you have three answers?
No. Yes.
You possibly can. You could have three answers. Could you have four answers?
No.
No, because there's not four on the card. Could you have zero?
No.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
You could, but that's not the way it's going to be. Okay, so you're going to have one answer, two, or three per card. Quit playing with that, please, Logan. Turn around. Turn around. Indian style. There you go. All right. So you will have 3 minutes to figure this out. It will not take long. You'll have two cards. You're going to work together. I'm going to time you once your table leaders go back. I'm going to time you guys. I'll let you know when the timer starts. And you're going to whisper, huddle, figure it out, draw lines to the correct definition, okay? Again, you could have one match, you could have two matches, you could have three matches, okay? All right, so how many matches could you have?
3, 2, 1.
Good. And how many minutes do you get?
3.
And how do you need to be Okay, just my table. Oh, do you guys, one more thing. I wanted to, the difference. Listen to, not the way he says it, Armin. Listen to it.
Is that the robot? Robot.
Does any of that sound familiar?
Oh, that sounds like a robot.
Okay.
Like a robot.
Like a robot.
Like an evil robot.
Alright.
Beep, 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 bop, boop. Yeah, you can.
Thank you, Brianna, for showing them how to act. Thank you. She's quiet and she's waiting. Okay. There you go, Miss. Go to your table, please, Logan. Huh? No one was asking about that.